Dating is hard. No citation needed. Dating apps are making dating harder. Citation needed? Yes. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Ashara, and I make videos at the intersection of sociology, technology, and media, and sometimes other things too. There's a lot to get into today, much to discuss, much to unpack. Let's begin. But wait, one quick thank you. This channel is so tiny that I do not have a sponsor for the video, but I do have a sponsor for my boba. So thank you to @TheodosiaMiller205 for feeding my boba addiction. You're a real one. Let's get into it. If you also want to feed my boba addiction, let me know. I would gladly let you enable me. Okay. In 1995, the dating website Match.com was launched. It allowed singles to meet each other through the World Wide Web, connect, and form relationships. I champion this as the predecessor to modern dating apps. Some of the most popular dating apps today include Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Sound familiar? Yes. But there's also dating apps for more specialized groups. For example, there's Raya for influencers and people who like to work out at Equinox. There's Grindr for prideful gays and closeted pastors. There's Christian Mingle for people who just can't wait to not leave room for Jesus. And there's also Farmers Only for people who want to plow each other's soil. I'm sorry, I'm done. According to the businessofapps.com, over 349 million people across the world use dating apps. That's a lot of people, which goes to show you that there are plenty of fish in the sea, which is also the name of another dating app. But it seems that with the multitude of apps designed to find love, finding love is almost harder than ever. Could these apps be to blame?
Thought I was ready to be back. I thought I was stronger than this, but obviously I'm not. I want to go home.
How did dating apps get so popular in the first place? And why do we rely on a screen instead of face-to-face interaction when finding love? Important questions. Let us ponder. Have you heard of the third place theory? Because I think it could offer, potentially, an explanation. Coined by Ray Oldenburg, the third place theory suggests that our lives are divided into three realms: home, work, and community. So home is the first place. It's where you have privacy and develop your sense of personal identity. The second is work. It's where you develop your career and your professional identity. Lastly, there's community, which is where you have deep social interactions and you make meaningful connections with other people. The third place is where you foster a sense of belonging, you interact with others, and you build out your community. So think of places like cafes or parks or recreational centers. Many people believe that physical third places are dying out, primarily because of economic stress. So for example, with inflation, it's difficult to frequent a cafe where you used to spend maybe $5 and now you're forced to spend $9.50 for the exact same beverage. And to keep up with inflation, people are working more jobs or longer hours, so they're spending more time in their second place. And due to some urban layouts and lack of public transportation, it may just be difficult to physically get to the third place. It can be said that the digital realm is now the new third place. It's where people go to socialize, think Instagram or the app formerly known as Twitter. People connect there, they share videos, ideas. So then dating apps then are an extension of the third place. It makes sense that digital natives who utilize, apps and technology all the time no longer interact with people face to face, and they do it through a screen. And so dating apps are just another way to do that. Because what's the difference between connecting with friends via apps and connecting with a partner via an app? There really isn't one. Answer me this. What is the purpose of dating apps? To find you love, right? Wrong. Well, kinda. Bear with me. In 2023, Hinge reported a $396 million revenue. And also in 2023, Bumble app reported over $800 million in revenue. Why am I telling you this? As a reminder that these dating apps are corporations and they're for-profit corporations. Their main goal is to make money, and how they do that is by keeping you on the app. Not so much expediting your love finding journey. So, many dating apps have a free version and a paid version, and they market their paid version as the thing that will help you find love a lot quicker. For example, on Hinge, there's a feature to send out roses. A rose just means that you're really interested in that person and you have a higher chance of them matching with you. But if you want to send out more roses at once, you have to buy them. So see how love is kind of behind a paywall? There's a similar feature on Tinder called super likes. So if you super like someone, that shows to them that you're super interested, and it also puts you at the forefront of all of the people that they'll see during that little swiping session. So you have a greater chance of matching with them. But again, this is behind a paywall as super likes cost money. Another facet of Tinder, which I find pretty interesting, is called Tinder Gold. It's where your profile is shown to more people with the chances that you're more likely to find someone to match with you. These apps also employ engagement tricks like sending you notifications when you're not using it to let you know that somebody else liked you in hopes that you'll get back on the app. It's all just about engagement with the product. And if the number one goal is financial gain, then the number one goal can't be finding you love. So potentially by opting to not engage financially with the app, you're maybe missing out on better matches or finding your match quicker, which only makes finding love harder. You see where I'm going? And believe me, I get it. I'm not naive. Businesses make money so they can stay in business. It's just capitalism, baby. But does no one else find it just like a little dystopian that we've commodified love and put it behind a paywall? Is it just me? There's a little current event recent example of this that I stumbled upon. So I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Bumble recently-ish launched an ad campaign, specifically a billboard campaign, in which they targeted women who said they wanted to be celibate. They basically had said, don't be celibate, or celibacy isn't the answer. Which just really came off icky and gross. People choose to be celibate for their own dating journey because it's what's best for them. But of course, acting as a company, the company wants you to do what's best for the company, which is to engage with the app so they can make money. See again how it's not about love and it's all about money? Another reason I think dating apps make dating a little bit harder is dating app fatigue. So according to a Forbes health survey, the average amount of time spent on dating apps is 51 minutes a day. That's almost an hour. And of the respondents in the survey, 78% report having felt burnout by them at some point. This was cited because of failure to make good connections, rejection, disappointment, and having repetitive conversations. I know I've been there. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Oh, tough week. Me too. Ghost. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? There's also so many options on there that it overwhelms your brain. Having access to all the singles in your area is not necessarily a good thing. Dr. Helen Fisher, who's a biological anthropologist, argues that the human brain can't even handle having more than 9 options at once.
The human brain is not built to deal with more than about 5 to 9 options. After that, the brain just spaces out. You choose nobody.
However, these apps don't really cap the amount of matches you can make. You can scroll and have 30, 40, 50, 100 different matches at once. Dating apps have kind of made people seem disposable. Like, dating apps have taken the human touch out of dating. Well, duh, it's through a screen, but still, follow me. Profiles on a dating app don't seem like they represent real people because people are boiled down to just a couple of photos and, if you're lucky, a couple of sentences to represent their full multidimensional self. And the interface almost gamifies the process of finding love. For example, the loud notification noises that you get, or the brightly colored graphics on the screen from swiping left or swiping right, even the vibrations that you would get from having a match. They mimic that what you would receive when playing a video game, which again removes the humanity out of it. And this kind of all leads to not treating people like they're humans. Ooh. Like, the amount of ghosting on these apps is through the roof. It is astronomical. According to the Thriving Center of Psych.com, 34% of ghosting happens before the first date, and about 1 in 4 people have been ghosted right after the first date. Ooh. rude. And we have to look at, why does ghosting happen to begin with? Because people don't care to continue the relationship, which is entirely fine. But the method of stopping that relationship is so egregious and so rude. And it's typically done by people who are not nope. And it's typically done by people who do not have a good time at managing confrontation. Babies. Like, can you imagine you're in the middle of talking to someone face to face and they just get up in the middle and just leave? Rude. Like, oh my God, that's so funny. Girl, what? And people feel a little too comfortable with being weird on these apps. Like, because the interaction is facilitated through a screen, they feel like they can lose their decorum because there really aren't any repercussions to their actions. Like, yes, maybe their account can get deleted, but they can just make a new one. Or maybe that interaction or connection won't go anywhere, but that's okay because they have over 100 others to choose from, because people are disposable. And this disposability leads to fewer meaningful connections, which makes the process of dating that much more difficult. How people behave differently online can be explained in another video that I already made. Feel free to check it out if you want to. Shameless plug. It's on the online disinhibition effect, and it really gets into the nitty-gritty of why people have become online terrorists. So, give it a gander, should you so please. This all isn't to say that dating apps haven't been successful and they haven't found people love. A lot of people have found their lifelong lovers on these apps. I'm not saying they don't work at all. I'm just saying let's maybe take it with a pinch of salt, and maybe they're not as all positive as they make themselves out to be. Okay, well, these have been my thoughts on the woes and horrors of modern dating apps. If you have anything you'd like to say, let me know, because I would love to chat about it. I think that's really all I have to say. If you got to the end of this video, you're a real one. You're a real one. And I want you to know that. Okay, well, much love always. I will see you when I see you. Bye. Oh, quick, look at my shirt. I felt like it was fitting because we're talking about dating. This is like a breakup shirt. It says, "It's not me, it's you." Because I'm never the problem. That's the energy I want you to go out with. Yeah. Is it toxic? Maybe, whatever. Bye.